All right. Good morning, our viewers out there. We are up again. Today, I have a visitor, another guest, not a visitor. I have another guest I have brought for a wonderful interactive section today. And by the special grace of God, in some minutes, we are going to be dissecting on the topic, the use of mobile phone in achieving academic success. Well, before we continue in this interactive section, I would like to introduce in a way my guest for today. Here with me is Mr. Elegbede Mayowa. He is a computer scientist. He teaches STEM and sustainable development goals to students of ages 10 to 15 years in Oyo State, precisely in Oyo State, Nigeria. He is an educator who inspires students with technology. Is a guru on that in that aspect. So meet Mr. Elegbede Mayowa. Good to have you on this platform today.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you for having me here. I appreciate the opportunity, and I hope we'll have a very good session together.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, just like I said earlier on, we want to try to look into the topic, the use of mobile phones by students in schools in order to achieve academic excellence, or what we call success. Well, I read something some times ago on the social handles that UNESCO, they said the use of phones in classrooms should be banned. That they should ban the use of phones, mobile phones, in our classrooms.
Okay.
Well, that was from the UNESCO. Okay. I wouldn't know the reason behind that, but then I want us to make some to talk around this.
Okay.
What do you see about this statement that the UNESCO gave?
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for having me once again. Good day, our viewers. And I hope we'll have a good session together.
Yeah.
UNESCO, they will have their yardstick before they come to that conclusion that mobile phones should be banned in classrooms.
Okay.
However, I am of the opinion that rather than banning the use of phone in classrooms, we should rather regulate the use of mobile devices in our classrooms. What do I mean by that?
Okay.
Number one, there is when you talk about technology, or even anything in life, the same way we have advantages, we have disadvantages.
To everything there is.
Everything.
Yes.
So we have advantages. We have two sides. We have the good sides. We have the bad sides.
That's good.
So,
That's
when you talk about technology, we should not forget technology has come to stay.
It has come to stay.
The earlier we are able to key in ourselves into technology, then the better. And we should not forget, when we are talking about technology is not what we used to have in the yesteryears. We should not forget, gone are those days that if you want to use a computer system tomorrow, you will have honed it some 1 week or 2 weeks ago. Before it will boot.
Process.
Also for it to complete the booting process. But now, what do we have now? We have the supercomputer. Now, sometimes, some few days ago, I was checking through some documentary. We now have roll top as against laptop. So that means roll top, you just bring it out of your bag, it's rolled. If you want to use it as a computer, you spread it on your table or wherever you want to use it. Okay. And when you are done using it, you roll it back.
Roll it back.
We should not forget that is where technology is going. That is why they are referring to it as a roll top. So, and we want to be able to teach students that will be able to use some of this technology.
Yes,
so if
yes.
we are saying we should ban the use of mobile devices in our classroom, that means we are shying away from our responsibility. We should not forget, some of these are students we are even talking about. Some of them, they are more techie than even the teachers that want to teach them technology.
Wow.
So if you're talking about a student that already have access to some of these mobile devices, probably off the classroom. So, and it is only when they are in the classroom that you are banning the use. So that means we are only deceiving, we are only depriving ourselves of the advantages we ought to gain by making use of technology in our classroom. When we are saying, when the students are in school, they should not use that technology. Number one, we should not forget, part of the advantages of using technology is that it makes our classroom to be borderless. When you say a borderless classroom, that means a student that is here in Nigeria, Ogbomoso for example, can interact successfully with a student outside the shores of Nigeria. So, and when we are saying that, and that is what technology has brought, that means probably, for example, in Ogbomoso for example, we want to conduct a practical and we don't have a particular reagent. Let's say a chemistry practical or biology practical, for example, and we don't have a particular reagent. That is not a problem. We can connect with another classroom, probably in China or in Germany, in as much as the time difference is not too away, and we connect with that classroom. As they are doing it in their own classroom, our students are also watching them. And that would be because we have access to mobile device that will give us internet access, so that we'll be able to access such a technology facility. That is number one. Okay. Number two is that we should also not forget a technology. The students we are building nowadays, we ought to allow them to be in charge of what they want to learn. What do I mean by that? We should focus more on student-oriented learning rather than, oh, this is the way we have been doing it from the past. Then, when you put students in charge of what they want to learn, you know, each student will you'll be able to measure each student academic progress. And there you'll be able to, this student, or probably in the same classroom, you will have categorize them. This one, they are the fast learner, and these ones you need to work more on them,
beautiful.
and you'll be able to at least group your classroom. And lastly, we should not forget, if we are saying we want to ban the use of mobile devices in classroom, probably just because of the disadvantages, definitely we cannot shy away from that. We should not forget that we are building global learners. When I say global learners, from global learners, and we are localizing that. That's global. So we are building global. We are building students that will be able to compete at the global stage with other students, where they will not even ask them, do you have access to mobile device in your classroom, or you don't have access to it. They will treat them equally. If they are accessing scholarship opportunities, they treat them equally. They don't want to know whether you have access to some of this technology or you don't have access to some of this technology. So I would rather advise that we control the use of mobile devices in our classroom through those means that technology has even assisted us with. There are some sites, if you want to prevent students from accessing some particular site, probably that are injurious to them, there are some security measures we can put in place on their mobile device that will not allow them access to some of those sites. I think it is better that way rather than totally banning the use of mobile devices.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my guest. In fact, if I should just open the ground for the guest, I know he will just continue to talk and talk and talk. Don't forget, I have told you this man is grounded in STEM and sustainable development goals to students, most especially students who are of the age between 10 and 15 years in Oyo State. And with what he has been able to tell us, you will agree with me that is full of stuff. Thank you so much, my guest, for the